Hey, what's up everyone? I wanted to do a review of the Vibram Trek Ascent LR, and this is marketed as an outdoor hiking shoe slash running shoe, and this has 4 millimeters of outsole rubber. It's a very grippy rubber. It's very sticky, and it gives great traction. It has a really unique tread here that I haven't seen before on the Vibrams, and I think they're going to start using this more often. The toes here are extremely flexible, even though it has this tough outsole. It's because they've made some deep flex grooves in the toes. It does give us kind of a weird feeling as you're standing there because your toes feel a little bit raised off on right through here, and then there's extra material at the end of the toes, so it almost feels like your toes are sitting like this and kind of gripping. There's also 4 millimeter insole that's a cushioned insole that's not really an insole. It's stitched in, but it's EVA foam, and they've even put that on the outsole. It says soft, if you can see that here, and it actually does give a soft type of kind of a plush feeling as you're running. I've always been interested in trying to find a 5-finger that could protect against rocks and things like that, and there really hasn't been one that does a great job of that yet, and this is sort of in the same boat. It's got a lot of grip and a lot of tread, but it doesn't really protect against rocks. I've stepped on rocks just on the pavement, rocks that are on the side of the road, about 1 centimeter big, and also I've taken these on a gravel road just to test it out and see how it did against the rocks that are on there that you really can't avoid when you're on a gravel road. And it is pretty uncomfortable still if you hit a rock, especially near the metatarsal, the heads of the metatarsals up here, where the rubber is really thin and near those toes. It can be pretty uncomfortable if you step on a rock in the right spot. And because of the deep flex grooves, if you hit a rock there, it can cause some significant pain. It depends on kind of the terrain you're on. If you don't encounter a lot of small rocks that are sharp, then it's going to be fine. But if you're on a real gnarly trail, I don't think this is going to protect you if you're running. Now, if you're hiking, a lot of it depends on the velocity you're going. If you're moving fast and trying to run fast, then stepping on rocks can be a problem. But if you're just hiking, I think this will give plenty of protection because you're not landing with as much force. Now, one of the things about the upper, it's very stretchy, very breathable near the forefoot, and they also incorporated some leather here. So it's got a tough upper, but it's also very meshy and stretchy and breathable. The ankle collar goes up quite a bit higher than a lot of the other Vibrams, and that's been causing me some irritation here. It goes up about 3.5 inches, and other Vibram 5 fingers, like another beefier sole shoe, this goes up about 2.5 inches. So there's plenty of clearance for my ankle bone. But on the Trek Ascent, it goes up much higher, and I believe they did that to try to keep out rocks and stuff and debris as you're hiking. But I've had to wear shoe or socks that will go up high enough to protect my ankle bone. And as long as I have the socks on, then that's fine. But if I wear the low-cut socks that go down below that, it causes some irritation. So I think this was a great attempt to make a more sturdy, more durable 5 fingers for something that's a little bit more protection, but they really need to incorporate some kind of rock plate or something like that. I know they tried to do that with the Vibram Spyridon, but they didn't quite get there, and they haven't quite got there with this shoe. They need to incorporate a little bit more cushion or some sort of protective mechanism to protect against sharp rocks, but this is a good step in that direction. And if you're looking for something with a lot of grip, but you don't necessarily need protection against sharp rocks, I think this is a great way to go. And just make sure to buy socks that are high enough to protect your ankle bone here. Hope this helps you decide on your next Vibram purchase.